Hey guys, welcome to Across the Pond Creations. Today I'm going to show you guys this beautiful modern shelving unit that I've been working on, and it's finally completed, and I'm going to show you guys how you can make it yourselves at home with this step-by-step tutorial on how to make this beautiful modern shelving unit. Hope you enjoy. Now, since I have rough cut lumber here, I had to go ahead and run everything through the thickness planer and jointer and things like that to get it cleaned up. But you guys can skip this step at home by just buying a simple 1x8 or something like that from Home Depot or Lowe's. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to cut this guy down to our 3 shelves that we're going to use out of it. So we're going to square up one of the ends. Unfortunately, it's just a little too long for what I need here. So I have to cut that end off first by sliding my board all the way down. And then luckily I have enough support over there to where it's not too big of an issue. And then we can take our measurement from here and cut this way. Okay, so we got our 3 pieces cut at 85. So these 3. And these are going to be our shelves. So we just need to run them through the jointer and clean up these edges. I cleaned them up yesterday at the end of the day just to get ready for today. On both the top and bottom, I just ran them through the thickness planer and got them to the dimension that I wanted. So they're at 25 millimeters thick, and I think that's a beefy shelf. It'll be nice once it's all routed down and everything like that, ready to go. All right, next up we're going to take the next piece, so our second piece, and we are going to measure out the length that we want these at to kind of wrap around the shelf and leave us a little bit of space up top. So we are going to end up cutting these down at 70 centimeter, pieces. So cut 3 sections of this down to the 70. All right, once you have all your pieces cut, then we can go ahead and set up our jointer and start to run it through those. So we just want to get a nice clean edge on all of these, kind of square them up and everything like that. So we're going to run them through this jointer real quick. I need to build a workbench next that rolls around and will house the planer and the table saw and kind of keep those out of the way while giving me some extra storage. So I'd really like to get a table that I can roll around and work on. But till then, this works. So you have to have a dust extractor to run this system, and I just put mine in the cabinet. I have it on the switch over there. So we're going to turn that on and we are going to run all of these boards through and clean up that edge. Next up, we're going to take our pieces that we're going to be using for the kind of wraparound section of this shelf and cutting them down to I think it's 5 centimeters thick. So we're gonna start ripping these guys down until we have 4 of those to encase this shelving unit. We are going to take the pieces that are going to surround our shelves, and we are going to cut the 45-degree bevels in them so that we can get the right size and get them all tied together. So next up on the table saw, we are going to take our pieces and we are going to notch out where the shelving is going to go. So we have to do that on 4 of these pieces. That way we have 2 on the front, 2 on the back. And yeah, let's get to cutting because there's a lot of cutting to do here. So now, if you do have a dado blade, you can go ahead and set that up, and it's going to make this go a lot quicker in this process. And you can also do this with your miter saw by just setting the depth stop on it if you don't have a table saw. So there's a lot of different methods to being able to cut out these grooves. I just went ahead and made them 10 millimeters deep so that the shelving can sit right on the inside of them, and I did that to all 4 pieces. So at this point you kind of see what's going on. These shelves are going to end up sitting right inside of these slots, coming down. So they'll be spaced 5 centimeters from each side as well. Right now we're just doing a real rough layout to make sure everything's fitting, holding nicely. All right, now that we've got everything dry fit, we can measure in between those 45 degrees and cut the tops and bottoms for this guy. So we need 4 of those as well. And then it's always important to just do your sanding beforehand. It just really helps out at the end to make sure that you get all of those little small places that are going to be hard to reach once everything is kind of assembled and put together. So I like to just go ahead and kind of sand all of my pieces beforehand. I hit them with 180 grit. I think I started with a 120, went to a 180 and stopped there. The rest I'll do with hand sanding. And then on the back side here, I pre-drilled because I wanted to have some extra support on the back for these, and the screws are just going to be hidden anyways because they're going to be mounted up against the wall. So I pre-drilled, put some glue on, put them back on, and screwed them into their place. And that way I could flip everything around when I was done and work on the other side and get everything glued together as well with each other. Cool. So we got the shelf glued together. Now at this point we just need to do a little sanding onto this guy. And once we got it all sanded down for the glue spots and things like that, then we can go ahead and put some oil on it because we're just going to finish it with an oil. So should be pretty quickly before it's done. Let's get to sanding. If you've done any kind of woodworking, you know that the sanding just never ends. There's always going to be sanding on every single project that you do. Even if you pre-sand all of these pieces, you have to come back at the end, sand off all of the glue spots and things like that so that your finish looks even throughout the project. If any of those glue spots are remaining, the finish isn't going to penetrate in those areas, causing a different sheen to appear. So I just make sure to go through, sand everything with the orbital first, then I swap over to hand sanding just to kind of hit everything going with the grain, get rid of any swirl marks, making sure that I'm blowing down the project in between sanding and wiping everything off just to get it ready for the first coat of oil. Now you can see here in the back that I went ahead and routed out some areas for these keyholes to go. That way I can mount it onto the wall. Routing these areas out is totally optional. You could take a keyhole bit just like here and just apply it on top if you don't have a router. But I wanted this piece to sit really truly flush against the wall, so I went ahead and routed out an area on 2 sides on the back just to make sure that everything can sit flushly against the wall. What we're going to do now though is we are going to take a clean microfiber cloth and we are going to wipe down the oil that's been sitting overnight on this piece. And so we're going to wipe it down and then probably give it one last coat, which would make 3 coats of oil total. We'll see. I might just wipe this down and it's probably plenty good. So let's start wiping and we'll take a look. It turned out really, really great. So you can see the grains on this guy are just awesome. And the miters turned out very nice. Nice and tight. So there you go. Give you a nice look down the grain. I think it's just gorgeous. So there's that. And then on the back side for mounting, we just went ahead and installed some of these keyholes. I think is what they're called, keyholes, something like that. But we put one on each side. That way we can drill into the brick, put some anchors, put a couple screws in, and then just mount this guy right onto the wall. Super simple to make this. It took me 1 day, not even, to build everything, and then a couple of days of just applying oil to it every day that I was in the workshop. So it's really just a 1-day project, and then you could do a different finish if you wanted to, that you could finish that in a day, and you could easily probably make 2 or 3 of these in that single day as well. So super cool project. I think it would sell well, and let me know in the comments what you guys think that a shelf like this could sell for. I'm not too sure on pricing. When you go online and you look at these kinds of shelves and things like that, some of them are outrageously priced. Some of them are very low if you ask me, and then some are right in the middle, as it always goes. So I'm not sure what a shelving unit like this would run. The dimensions on it, so that you guys can help me out in the comments, is we have three shelves. All of these shelves are measuring 15 centimeters wide. They are measuring at 85 centimeters long, and the total height from the top of this guy is actually at 70 centimeters. So those are the dimensions. Let me know in the comments what you guys think price-wise this could go for. Have a good day.